Hey guys, welcome back to Team Death Slinger. My name is Peter, and today we're going to be looking at my BT16 Valkyrimon deck profile. So, starting with our eggs, we're going to be running the BT15 Nyaromon, who's when attacking inheritable lets us trash the top card of our security to gain a memory. This egg is basically the only egg I could find that I really liked that works with our Hawkmon base and our need for a Salamon, and it coincidentally synergizes really well with Valkyrimon's security bonus effect. So, that's the main reason we run this egg. Then we go with 3 copies of BT8 Hawkmon. This is our old searcher for 2-color red cards. It's just going to reveal top 4 and grab us 1 2-color card among them. Then we have the new promo Hawkmon. It's going to reveal 3 cards, grab us a red or yellow card with 2 colors and a Tamer card with Yoli, and then return the rest to bottom. The end of turn DNA effect is also super important because this is going to let us effectively digivolve into a champion, hard play another champion, and get into our Silphymons if we need to. Then 4 copies of the new BT16 Salamon. This digivolves for 0 on the Nyaromon, which is the reason we run the egg. And then start a main phase, and on play, we can digivolve into a level 4 from the trash with the digivolution cost reduced by 1. The inheritable is also going to give minus 3k to all the opponent's security Digimon, which is really important because our top end is a Blast Ace Digimon, and we do not want it to die when we swing. So this inheritable is super sweet. For the champions, we have 4 copies of BT16 Aquilamon. It's got jamming, and it digivolves on Hawkmon for 2. And when on play and when digivolving, we're going to delete a 3k or less. So this is going to pop all of our floodgates. It's going to get us early checks with jamming. And when attacking, it's going to suspend an opponent's Digimon. So that can come in handy later after we've DNA'd. Then we have 4 copies of BT16 Goldramon. I think this Goldramon fits the best in this deck profile. It has barriers, so we can swing and trash security if we need to keep it safe. It can digivolve for 2 on top of the Salamon, and then on play and when digivolving, by trashing a card in our hand, we can return a level 6 or lower 2-colored Digimon with red or purple from trash to hand. So if we have our Silphymon get popped and we spit out a Goldramon and a Aquilamon, on play we can trash a card to grab the Silphymon back, and then potentially DNA back into it when we need to. The inheritable is also going to give all of our opponent's security minus 3k, which stacks up really nicely with the Salamon and kind of make sure our stack won't die when we swing. Then we go 3 copies of the BT16 Harpymon. Between this, Lynxmon, more Aquilas, or more Goldramons, I just like this the best. I think this fits more in line with kind of recovering our security up, since we're going to be trashing them to get effects. So this has armor purge, so it's some good early aggression, and then if we have 2 or fewer security, we're going to recover 1. Otherwise, when we swing, we're going to gain a memory back. So this pairs nicely with the idea that we're trying to trash our security, but also not kill ourselves. Then we go 4 copies of the new BT16 Silphymon. It's got partition, red and yellow, so if this dies by an opponent's effect, it's going to spit out a Goldramon and a Aquilamon for us. And then when DNA digivolving, we're going to give minus 7k to something. And then when digivolving, when attacking, we delete a 4k or less. So this is going to clear any 11k or lower bodies on the board. So some of the weaker megas and then anything level 5 or lower should get popped. The inheritable is going to give partition, red and yellow, to our top end as well. This is a great card for our early aggression and later to recover our stack after our level 6 gets killed. So then we have 2 copies of BT8 Silphymon. This is just kind of the best in slot, I think, for your secondary ultimate. When you digivolve, you're going to give minus 5k to something, and then if you DNA digivolve, you pop a 5k or less. So it's just 1k off of the new Silphymon, but it's still going to pop level 5 or lowers. And then when attacking, we'll delete a 5k or less, so we're really keeping control of the board against anything that wants to go wide. Then 2 copies of the MagnaAngemon Ace from BT14. It's going to recover us 1 when we blast digivolve, and it's going to give minus 1k for each security card. So we're kind of stacking up these DP minus effects starting from our level 5s, which is going to come in handy later. For our top end, we have 2 copies of the BT14 Goldramon. I think this pairs really nicely as our secondary boss monster in this deck. The when digivolving is going to give us 2 tokens that will either protect us and attack, or just kind of serve as checks for later, which is really nice. But when this card dies, we're going to get to recover 1 if either of those tokens are left in play. So we get a lot of options when we play this card. I think it fits well with aggression. I think it pairs nicely with the idea that we don't want to die by trashing our security, so it can keep us safe in that aspect, and it plays really nicely. So then we go 4 copies of Valkyrimon Ace. It's got Blast Digivolve. It can Digivolve on Silphymon for 3. When digivolving and on play, you're going to give something minus 5k, and then when a card is removed from our security, we delete an 8k or less, and if it didn't delete, we gain security plus 1. So with the Nyaromon egg, we can potentially swing, trash our security, trigger the all turns effect to give something with 8k or less deleted, or we're going to get security plus 1 and check for 2k, 2 checks, with potentially their security being minus 6k, which is really strong. I think this is a great card. I think you could swap the ratios on these 2 cards. You could go 4 Goldramons and 2 Valkyriemons if you wanted to. but seeing as I wanted to play Valkyrimon, I went 4 and 2 in this way. Then we have 3 copies of Beastly Storm. This is going to let you play an Aquilamon or a Goldramon, and then 2 of them can DNA Digivolve into a Silphymon in your hand. And then you get security +1 and you get to attack. This card feels really nice in this deck. It helps you get a lot of early aggression. It's kind of efficient for the memory. You're going to pay 3 instead of 4 to get your second champion on the board. And the security +1 feels really nice as well if both those checks actually get through. But with the Goldramon in your source, you're actually pretty safe to check up to 11k without any issue. And then the security effect is also really nice. You get to play a Hawkmon or Salamon from hand or trash, which is super useful. And then this card comes to your hand too, so you can potentially use it next turn if you have the materials to go into the Silphymon. 4 physical trainings just to find our yellow pieces. We are technically running 2 independent Digivolution lines, so it is very important that we search efficiently and find all our pieces to actually get up to our level 6 with a full stack. 2 copies of Tai Kamiya. This feels really, really good with the Valkyrimon Ace and the Nyaromon effect because you can swing, trash security, potentially get security +1, and then the Tai Kamiya will give you a second security bonus. So now you're swinging 3 checks. Their security is -6k potentially from the Salamon and Goldramon. So it's, unless they have an 18k in their security, you're going to be fine checking that. So that feels really, really good. 3 copies of the promo Yoli. It's going to gain you a memory starter main. It can play you a Hawkmon when you play it, which is really nice. And on play, you can also Digivolve into an Aquilamon. There's not too much reason that you would want to do that because you're going to pay 2 to go into Aquilamon versus 3 to play this. But nonetheless, it gains you a memory, which is nice. Then I like 2 copies of Tai Kamiya and Kari. It's going to gain you memory. We are trashing our own security, so we do see this 3 security threshold pretty often. And when attacking, we're going to give -2k to something, which in my experience has been just enough to remove a lot of megas or put them into the deletion threshold for Valkyrimon. So this card is kind of the missing piece of the puzzle for my deck list. So that is it for the deck list. Let me know what you guys think. Give it a try. Play it. Let me know how it feels. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But that's it. So thanks for watching and have a great day.